Your cat might not meow, cuddle, or follow you around like a dog, but that doesn't mean they don't need you. In fact, they are subtle, easily overlooked behaviors that prove just how emotionally attached they really are. The problem? Most people miss them. So if you've ever wondered whether your cat truly loves you, you might have been ignoring the clearest signs. They sniffed the spot where you just were. Now, this is a classic example of something that would be creepy if a human did it, but is cute when a cat does it. There you are, on the couch. You hop to your feet to grab a cookie. But within milliseconds of standing up, your fluffy little detective immediately jumps up and rams their nose into the cushion like they're conducting vital forensic work for CSI. Cat scene investigation. This might seem like random curiosity or even a touch creepy, but according to researchers from the University of Lincoln, cats use scent as a powerful emotional marker. In one study, cats were able to identify their owner's scent on a piece of worn clothing after just a few minutes of exposure, even when the owner wasn't in the room. Think of your musk as their security blanket. By sniffing the spot where you were, they're anchoring themselves to you emotionally. It's a weird comparison point, but think of it as like their version of replaying your last voicemail on loop. They suddenly scratch something important to you when you leave. It's morning, you woke up late, and now you're in a rush. You've maybe not given your gorgeous Eckel fluff ball the usual levels of morning affection because you're too busy. You rush out for work, running for your tube. But little do you know, as you bolt out the door, your kitty cat goes full Kurosawa and unsheathes their blades, going to town on one of the legs of your favorite chair. And when you finally come home after a long and stressful day, you see the myriad scratches of mischief ruining your furniture. Is this spite? Does your cat loathe you for leaving? Don't get too mad at them just yet, because this is what many feline behaviorists call displacement behavior. AKA, your cat feels one thing, so they take it out almost in the form of a different emotion to cope. So they're actually anxious, but they showcase that as anger and attack your stuff. And if you're wondering quite why they always seem to attack things you love, like your chosen chair, there's a very good reason. They suddenly scratch something important to you when you leave. Again. There's a very good reason your cat scratches things you love or use a lot when anxious. And it's not because they're seeking vengeance. That chair or whatever else they attack stinks of you because you were there. They scratch it because in their minds, what they think they're doing is they're desperately mingling their scent with yours in one last emotional collage, an attempt to bind the two of you together as a litter, even in your absence. They follow you from room to room, but never ask for anything. This may seem like a topic you've heard about a fair bit, but hear me out. There's a unique twist to it this time, courtesy of the brilliant Dr. Kristen Vitale. Now, many a cat will follow their pet parent everywhere they go, like they are your fluffy little security intel. Patrolling with you, scouting out the locale, like they are the Robin to your Batman. There are a few reasons for this, and yes, the fact that they want something is very probably the reason. Face it, you're a human-shaped snack dispenser for a fluffy overlord. But sometimes you may find your cat is acting like your shadow, but has no demands of you. They're just vibing in your presence. Dr. Kristen Vitale is just one of many cat behaviorists who call this unique spin on following you around social referencing. That's a show-off scientist way of saying that your cat likes to keep tabs on your location and then respond to your energy so that they can determine how to feel about the space. Or, to put it even more simply, it's their way of quietly saying, I just need to know you're nearby. It's easy to miss because we project onto them and assume there must be something they want from us. But that's accidentally underestimating how much just our company can be enough. Even if sometimes when they do have our company, they seem to reject it. They sleep facing away from you. The curious thing about navigating understanding your cat is that there can be things that seem rude to us. For example, your cat chooses to sleep in your bed with you, but turns their back on you for some reason. Seems rude, right? Why climb into your bed at all if they're not going to look at you, let alone hug? But in the ways of the cat, this is no insult. Cats and Attachment, a comparative review published in 2019, makes clear that cats still have their life as wild animals baked into their DNA. Some wild cats curl tightly with their backs to their den entrance, but only if another trusted member of the group is already facing outward. And in the wild, both predator and prey need to have their wits about them when sleeping. So when your cat turns away from you when sleeping, it's a way of making clear that they know that you are far from a threat. Cats also have a rear scent gland at the base of the tail, so turning their back can be part of scent sharing, especially when they're relaxed around you. They wake you up but don't seem hungry. On the subject of doing a thing but not for the reason you think they do the thing, I want to discuss those moments when you are woken up at 5:47 a.m. not by your alarm, but by your fluffy rascal kneading you like sourdough. They clearly wanted to wake you up, so what's the dealio? Is there a fire? No. They're hungry, of course. Or at least you think. So, still half dreaming, you groggily slink into the kitchen and fill up their bowl. Job done, right? Wrong. They walk off, no interest in the food at all. This seems random. Why wake you up? But it's because they weren't waking you up for food. They were waking you up because they simply wanted to hang with you. It's so easy to default to assuming that they have an ulterior motive. But truly, sometimes all they want is you. Our cat's emotional intelligence is truly complex. Cats are crepuscular, which is the science word for most active at dusk and dawn. So if the sun is rising and they're full of beans, they might want to wake up their best bud to hang with. Dr. Karen Overall, a leading expert in veterinary behavioral medicine and author of over 100 peer-reviewed papers on all things pets, notes that some cats use owner contact as a regulator for their own arousal cycles. Translation: they wake you because they woke up and missed you. It's clingy and kind of weird, but also weirdly sweet. They rub their face on your laptop while you're using it. It's a tale as old as laptops that if you have a laptop and a cat, the latter will sit on the former. But something I don't think enough pet parents talk about is when you're typing away on your computer and then suddenly your fluff ball starts ramming their chin into the screen and all over the keys. My cat Artemis does this so often that it's like he thinks he's my assistant. But there's a good reason. According to Functions and Uses of the Facial Pheromones in the Domestic Cat, written by Dr. Patrick Pageant in 1998, fun fact about that year coming up in a bit, every cat's face has sebaceous glands in their cheeks, forehead, chin, and around their mouth. These glands secrete pheromones. The keys of your laptop are covered with your own pheromones, so your cat is ensuring their scent and your scent is mingling together to create a team smell. Fun side fact, but 1998 also saw the release of Feline, a game-changing product inspired by Dr. Pageant's work. It was the first ever pheromone-based product on the market that could be used by pet parents to modulate their cat's emotional well-being, a huge leap in reaching today's modern understanding of cat stress. Though, of course, many cats can look after themselves, leading me to... they groom excessively after you leave. One of the most classic signs your cat can't cope without you is, sadly, one you'll never know for sure because they do it when you're not around, unless you set up cameras or hide in the wardrobe. Though you might find the evidence of these antics once you come home. Fur all over the place. Sure, the phrase is, cleanliness is next to godliness, but the whole phrase includes, but too much cleanliness is a sign of stress. Some cats manage separation anxiety by grooming themselves into a trance. A study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that elevated grooming behaviors are common in cats left alone for extended periods, especially if they lack enrichment. It's not vanity, it's emotional coping. If you're worried about it and have the funds, buying them something fun to keep them occupied while you're out, like toys or an epic scratching post, is a wise call. And if you want to know how to tell if that's maybe tipped a little too far, watch my video, 7 Things Only Clingy Cats Do, Does Yours.